A faint clap of thunder. Clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes, and if so, stay with me.
These were the very words that Yukari Yukino said to protagonist Takao Akizuki, who had skipped school on a rainy morning to focus on his passion of shoemaking at the very beginning of the movie. It was after this moment where the opening starts to roll in, bringing us this metaphorical masterpiece that is the Garden of Words. To say that the Garden of Words is your typical love story is an understatement, as it dwells into the very themes that Makoto Shinkai's works are mostly famous for, especially his earlier films such as 5 cm per second, and perhaps his later films such as Your Name, which went on to become one of the faces of the Japanese film industry that we know of today. The Garden of Words, or Kotonoha no Niwa. It's a 46-minute short film that focuses heavily on the interactions between two people of seemingly different age meeting on a drizzling morning by the park. The story starts off with a glimpse of the life and thoughts of Takao, who has a unique passion for designing female shoes and finds himself prioritizing his personal goals over school. This resulted in him skipping school on days where it rained to work on his shoe designs by the park alone. It was then where he met a beautiful but mysterious woman for the very first time, and the two continued to meet on rainy days and without realizing, elevating their personal life struggles together. To those who have watched other works of Shinkai, they might be familiar with the theme of distance that is often being emphasized deeply. This can be seen from Kimi no Nawa and 5 cm per second, where trains were used to display the idea of separation between two characters who were supposedly fated to be with each other. In the Garden of Words, the theme of distance isn't obvious at first glance, but towards the end of the film, where the viewers learn more about Yukino's personal life and why she chooses to skip work, we start to see a clear difference in the age of Takao and Yukino. This can be illustrated as generational distance, as seen from Sage's Rain's video of Shinkai's Love from a Distance. Towards the ending of the film, Takao calls out Yukino by her first name and confesses to her, only for Yukino to correct his way of addressing her as Miss Yukino instead, thus ending his hopes of pursuing a romantic relationship. This is due to society's norms of age difference, where one is supposed to find a life partner close to their age rather than someone with a large age gap. Besides distance, there is also a rather uncommon theme that's unique to many of Shinkai's movies. That theme is koi, which is another version of love in Japanese that is different from the Western's version of love. Koi is a feeling of companionship and also the longing for someone. It's also usually associated with feelings such as grief, sadness, and emotional emptiness. In the Garden of Words, rain was a staple of the film, and in fact, the characters in the story felt that their purpose was defined by the rainy days to come. Rain can come in unpredictable ways. It can provide the feeling of tranquility and calmness, but yet it is also universally portrayed as a symbol for loneliness and grief. This is similar to koi itself, as both have this sense of ambiguity in nature. The main characters, Yukino and Takao, both share the feeling of koi, with Takao mistaking his feelings as pure love, as nobody has really understood and appreciated his passion for shoemaking as much as Yukino did. For Yukino, she sees Takao as a companion who helped her to walk and to move on from the struggles of life that causes her to only taste chocolate and alcohol. They long for companionship, one where it involves mutual understanding and to help them get back on their feet again. At the start, both Yukino and Takao only met in days that rain, as it brought them together and also helped to fill their shoes. This feeling of longing translates to them praying for rainy days to come, and when the rainy days stop, so do the meetings they had. It wasn't until the moment when Takao finally decides to meet Yukino on a day that was not raining, when the second part of the tanka was finally revealed by none other than Takao himself, and this can possibly conclude the theme of companionship that the film aims to portray.
A faint clap of thunder. Even if rain comes not, I will stay here, together with you.